Chapter 11 of Billie Bradley at Treasure Cove by Janet D. Wheeler. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Dreams. Of course, Billie Bradley told the story at once to Laura Jordan and Vi Farrington. She was so full of it that she could not keep it secret. A strange tale of mutiny, death, and buried treasure. But Vi and Laura listened with eyes and, it must be admitted, mouths wide open, following every word of Billie's with greedy rapture. "Billie, how perfectly marvelous!" cried Laura. "Did you say Ben Halcombe has a map?" added Vi. Billie nodded. "I think he'd show it to us, if we asked him," she said. "He might even," breathlessly, "let us copy it." "Oh, Billie, then with a map there would be nothing to stop us." "From what?" asked Laura, as Vi paused. From hunting the treasure," the latter burst forth. "Think of it, just waiting there for us to dig it up." "Whoa, hold your horses," laughed Billie. "I can see several things that may stop us from going on this treasure hunt, Vi Farrington." "What can they be?" asked the latter, almost belligerently. "Well, first and most important is Ben Halcombe himself. He may not be willing to give us a copy of his map, you know. I can't say that I'd exactly blame him, at that. If I were in his place, I'd hesitate before I'd share a possible treasure with 3 harum-scarum girls who were practically strangers to him." "We saved his life," retorted Vi, trying to look heroic. "Then there's the folks," Billie went on. "We'd have to get our father's and mother's consent, you know, and they'd probably call it a bad undertaking, which it is when all's said and done." "Oh, well," sighed Vi, "if you have to rake up all the old objections you can find—" "They are sensible ones, you have to admit," interrupted Billie. "I think our parents would let us go, provided we can get the map from Ben, if they knew the boys were going with us," said Laura thoughtfully. "Give the boys a sniff of the treasure hunt," cried Vi, "and then try to keep them away." So it was decided that they would tell the boys Ben Halcombe's strange tale of treasure at the first opportunity. The opportunity did not come for several days, however. An event of consuming interest was about to take place at the Hall, an event important enough to overshadow, temporarily, even a treasure hunt. This was the annual tennis match in which Billie Bradley was to participate. Indoor tennis courts were part of the gymnasium equipment at Three Towers Hall. During the winter, the tennis enthusiasts among the students fought it out for the honor of contending in the finals. Everyone had been very much surprised when Amanda Peabody had evinced a fondness for the game, for neither Amanda nor her shadow had heretofore shown much interest in school athletics. Her schoolmates were still further surprised when Amanda developed into a far from indifferent player. In fact, there were many among them who were forced to admit that Amanda was good. Interest had increased as Amanda, side by side with Billie, had fought her way triumphantly through the elimination contest to a place in the semi-finals. These, both Billie and Amanda, also survived, so that the final event of the tennis season found these two, who had been rivals since the start of their school career, facing each other over the frail barrier of a tennis net. They would meet in both singles and doubles, and speculation ran riot as to which of the girls would triumph. "Of course we're counting on Billie," Billie's friend said loyally, but all the time they knew it would be a stiff contest, for Amanda had developed into an amazingly good player who could be counted on to extend Billie, for all her swift service and almost impregnable defense, to the limit. "If Amanda should win, I'd choke her," exclaimed Laura. It was on the eve of the contest, and Billie's supporters and close friends were gathered in the dormitory. At Laura's threat, Billie smiled. "I wouldn't if I were you," she said. "She isn't worth it. Besides, if Amanda can beat me, all right. She's welcome to try. I'd be the first," with a whimsical smile, "to place the laurel wreath on her brow." "It's all right to have a forgiving disposition," said Rose Belzer, "but there is such a thing as carrying it too far, Billie Bradley. I don't see how you can talk so after everything Amanda has tried to do to you." Billie sat up and thrust out a determined chin. She flexed a muscular young forearm significantly. "Amanda hasn't beaten me yet," she reminded them, "and I've a hunch she isn't going to. Not if I can help it." "And if Amanda plays fair," Laura added dubiously. You can never tell what that girl would do." Billie turned upon her quickly. "She wouldn't dare to cheat in a contest like this," she said. "Why, Laura, just think what it would mean. She would be run off the team, dishonored." "Just the same," Laura reiterated doggedly, "I've a notion she'd risk even that for the sake of beating you tomorrow, Billie Bradley." While Billie did not agree with her chum, Laura's words bothered her. Even in her dreams that night, Amanda haunted her, sneaking in and out of rooms, hiding behind doors, always smiling maliciously at some secret of her own. With the morning, Billie succeeded in banishing these fantasies. She even managed to laugh a little at herself for being foolish enough to dream about them. Nevertheless, the restless night had not helped her tennis form. She knew her condition was not what she had hoped it would be. The doubles match was to be held in the morning, singles in the afternoon. In the doubles, Billie was paired with a small, pert, brown-haired girl by the name of Hazel Brown. Hazel was a good line player, whereas Billie excelled at the net, a nearly ideal combination. Amanda had for partner a leggy, clever girl by name Alice Jane. Alice appeared to be all over the court at once, and she could leap into the air and crash a ball across the net, placing it accurately, even when the ball had seemed far over her head and safely out of reach. A hard team to beat, Amanda and Alice Jane, as Billie and Hazel Brown had more than once found out during the previous winter. All in all, this promised to be as good a doubles match as the girls of Three Towers had ever attended. Up in the dormitory, Billie carefully inspected her racket. It was an old friend, that racket, and Billie counted on it, more than she would have admitted, to win that day's contest. Satisfied that it was in excellent condition, she rested it against the wall, while she answered a call from a girl in an adjoining dormitory. Like one of her dreams of the night before, Amanda Peabody crossed the hall and slipped into the room. When she came back, Billie did not notice that anything had changed. She picked up her racket as Hazel Brown darted into the room. Hazel's eyes were bright, her hair a pretty dark tangle about her face. "Hurry, Billie," she called, waving her racket. "The whole school's gathered to watch us blow up Amanda's team. We're 2 minutes late as it is." "All right. Come on," said Billie. She felt suddenly elated, confident of victory. Gone were all the unpleasant fantasies of the night before. She knew that she was going to beat Amanda. All the time, Amanda was examining her own racket with a malicious smile upon her face. "I said that I'd get even with you sometime, Billie Bradley," she muttered to herself. "This time I'm going to do it. Beat me, if you can." End of chapter 11.